US commentator Tucker Carlson has landed perhaps the most interesting interview a journalist could ever hope for. Now, we all know much of what Putin says will be conflated with spin, deception and rigid talking points. That would shock almost no one. But for other journalists to suggest that Carlson should be punished for even speaking to Putin is quite frankly insane. The National Review reports a member of the European Parliament is calling on the legislative body to consider imposing sanctions on Tucker Carlson.
There are risks to conducting an interview like this, obviously, so we thought about it carefully over many months. Here's why we're doing it. First, because it's our job. We're in journalism. Our duty is to inform people. 2 years into a war that's reshaping the entire world, most Americans are not informed.
You know, I must not be smart enough to tell the difference between good, hard-hitting, actually impactful journalism and hack, propaganda, Kremlin puppetry, because everything I read in all of our trusted and truthful corporate sources says that Tucker Carlson is a dangerous man who's parroting Kremlin talking points. But when I actually watch the interview, it feels like really the most unfiltered thing I've seen in a very, very long time. And not that this changes anything, but here's a crazy idea. And I can't believe no one ever thought of it. Just ask Russia, hey, why did you invade Ukraine now and not decades ago?
You obviously have encyclopedic knowledge of this region, but why didn't you make this case for the first 22 years as president that Ukraine wasn't a real country?
Да. Итак, значит, советская Украина получила.
The Soviet Union was given a great deal of territory that had never belonged to it, including the Black Sea region.
Когда Россия их получила в результате.
Do you believe Hungary has a right to take its land back from Ukraine, and that other nations have a right to go back to their 1654 borders?
I'm not sure whether they should go back to the 1654 borders. But given Stalin's time, so-called Stalin's regime, which as many claim saw numerous violations of human rights and violations of the rights of other states,
В этом смысле, конечно, вполне можно, если не говорить о том, что они имеют на это право.
One may say that they could claim back those lands of theirs while having no right to do that. It is at least understandable.
Have you told Viktor Orban that he can have part of Ukraine?
Никогда не говорил.
Never. I have never told him, not a single time.
I'm not going to lie, man. That is really interesting stuff. Incredibly interesting, actually. And this is not exactly living up to the corporate media hype. I was promised that I was not in any danger of having to actually think or listen to any real journalism. This was supposed to be an attempt made by Vladimir Putin and Tucker Carlson to speak directly to the evil right-wing MAGA movement, which apparently I'm a part of, you're a part of, we're all a part of. This is not supposed to be Tucker actually challenging the guy on age-old borders and who should be able to take what. Now, obviously, the only people who believed that this was going to be as advertised are the usual suspects. You know, the leftist, vitriolic propagandists that hate Tucker. You know, I don't even think they hate Tucker Carlson. I think for whatever reason, they actually fear Tucker Carlson. But that's not at all what this was. And I want to wonder how many people that actually believed that narrative are going to watch this and genuinely be surprised. I would imagine every single one who actually dares to watch it. But you know, people don't watch anything anymore. They just allow it to be distilled for them by whoever it is that they decided that they trusted, whoever they were programmed and trained to trust. But here's where I'm at. More information will always be better than controlled information. And if you ever doubt that your information is being controlled, just remember, they tried to stop this interview from happening. And once they realized they couldn't, well, they tried to control the narrative about the information you were about to get. But anyway, that's just my take. Very, very interesting stuff. I'll do more on this interview in the future. But guys, if you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.